Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I am your instructor today and I will discuss the topic boiler water testing. This topic is taken from STCW function 1, Marine Engineering at the operational level, competence, operation, surveillance, performance, assessment, and maintaining safety of propulsion plant and auxiliary machinery. EOP, which is knowledge, understanding, and proficiency. The efficient operation, surveillance, performance, assessment, and maintaining safety of propulsion plant and machinery. So we have here our learning outcome. At the end of this lesson, the students should be able to define pH and explain how it is measured and controlled. Evaluate the test used in the control of boiler and feedwater treatment. Interpret the implication of limit readings from the water treatment test and state the corrective procedure which should be undertaken. So we have here the introduction. Boiler water testing is an integral part of the routine boiler test carried out on board a ship. Precise boiler water test assures highly efficient and reduced maintenance of boilers. Careful monitoring of boiler water is utmost importance in order to maintain correct water condition. Failure to do so leads to scale formation, reduction in efficiency, and steam purity, and corrosive water conditions. For this reason, boiler water tests are carried out with the help of specialized instruments by checking the constituents of water before feeding it inside the boiler. So we have here an example. Water, what does pH mean on your water boiler? Boiler water. Boiler water pH refers to a quantitative figure that expresses the acidity or alkalinity of the boiler. So remember the keyword pH, acidity or alkalinity of boiler water. Ideally, it should be between 8.5 to 9.5 or 8.5 and to 9.5. If pH is lower than that, the boiler will start eating the pipes and attacks the boiler tubes. So as you can see here, the pH value of 0 to 6 is acidic. So acidic water. And 6 to 12 is stable film. And 12 to 14 is dilute alkaline film. So in here, 7 is neutral. So from 0 to 6 is acidic and 8 to 14 is alkaline. So 0 to 6 is acid and 8 to 14 is alkaline, and 7 is neutral. Excuse me. So the effects of this acidic condition to your boiler water is corrosion. So pitting corrosion, and the effect of your of the alkalinity to the boiler water will create scale formation to your boiler pipe. So alkaline 12 to 14, high alkalinity. The value should be 8.5 to 9.5 of your boiler water pH. So here, how to control pH? Controlling pH. pH is controlled by either removing water impurities according to other chemicals to neutralize the condition. For example, caustic soda and alkaline is added to neutralize carbonic acid. Dosing of condensate and alkalinity control chemicals. So we have here pH increaser. So we increase our pH to normal up to 8.5 to 9.5. So we use pH increaser here. But normally this pH increaser is used in swimming pool, so not the in the boiler water. So we can see later on. So pH test. So a procedure of pH test of boiler water using pH strips. Instruction. So take boiler water sample. So this is the one. Take pH strips from water test kit. So this is the one. pH strip. Immerse strips to water sample. So this is the one. Strip. Compare the color to pH indicator charts. This is the one. You compare the color. So this is a pH indicator chart. So you compare and you read the value in here. There is value in here. You cannot read in this picture because you compare the value. So record the results. Note, before handling chemicals, wear personal protective equipment, PPE. So that is normal. So we have here the recommended control limits for boiler water. So below are the standard control limits for boiler. So for the high pressure boiler, we have here the parameter 1 to 6. So pH, chlorides, phosphate, hydrazine, silica, conductivity. So for pH, we have 9.6 to 10.3 for high pressure boiler. Chlorides, we have less than 16 ppm or parts per million. Phosphate, we have 15 to 25 parts per million. Hydrazine, we have 0.03 to 0.10 parts per million. Silica, we have less than 6 parts per million maximum. And conductivity, we have less than 120 micrometer. I forgot. So unit of this is something German. Unit of conductivity. So for the condensate, so this is control. These are control limits. Condensate, we have P alkalinity 1 to 2 parts per million. pH. So this is boiler water, and here is condensate water. So condensate water meaning from the consumer, from the ELO heater, EPO heater, from fuel oil storage tank, any consumer. So that is condensate from the consumer. Boiler water is inside the boiler water. Chlorides, we have 8.6 to 9.2. Ammonia, we have less than 0.5 ppm. So next we have feed water or feed. So we have hardness. It should be 0 ppm. So why this is called why the water is hardness. So hardness needs water treatment, which is water softener. So before feeding to the boiler, the hardness must be 0. So the hardness has a lot of impurities, dissolved solids. So dissolved oxygen, you have less than 10 per parts per barrel. So per barrel. So next, this is for high pressure boiler. This is for high pressure boiler. So we have also here for low pressure boilers. So we have here the parameters and we have here the control limits. So we have here the parameters 1 to 11. So for boiler, the pressure boiler less than 18 bar. So we have P alkalinity is 100 to 150. T alkalinity we have less than 2. Alkalinity, P alkalinity. And chlorides we have less than 200 parts per million. Phosphate we have 20 to 50 parts per million. Hydrazine, if hydrazine in use, 0.03 to 0.10 parts per million. Conductivity less than 1,500 microsiemens per centimeter. Condensate, P alkalinity, we have 1 to 2 ppm. pH, we have greater than 8.3. Chlorides, we have less than 4 parts per million. DHA, if DHA oxygen scavenger in use, we have 0.1 to 0.5 parts per million. So for our makeup water, which is you have to add water to your casket tank. So our makeup water chlorides, we have here the less than 10 parts per million and hardness is less than 5 parts per million. So we have here chemicals used for the boiler water. So condensate control and alkalinity control. So this is I mentioned a while ago here. So here alkalinity. So to control alkalinity and pH. So alkalinity control chemicals. So this is to maintain the normal alkalinity. And this one also condensate control alkalinity. So you add in this one into your boiler water. And then you test after 3 days. So every 3 days you test the boiler water. So here we have corrected procedures should be undertaken if readings from water treatment tests are out of recommended control limits. So the boiler should be treated with chemical list as follows. So alkalinity boosters, phosphates, polymers, conditioners for low pressure boilers only. Oxygen scavengers and corrosion inhibitors. So I use this oxygen scavengers when I was on board the ship. So for the recap, we have discussed the following: pH and how it's measured and controlled, the test used in the control of the boiler and feed water treatment, how to interpret the implication of out of limit readings from water treatment test and state the corrective procedures which should be undertaken. So we have discussed that one. So our activity for the next meeting, what to do next meeting, we will discuss the following. So before that, we will have a short quiz on this given discussion, and we will have a random oral recitation, and after that we will discuss the following: common methods of boiler, feed and make up water treatment, how oxygen is eliminated in boilers, the sources and types of contamination of boiler, feed and make up water, and explain the effects of this contamination on the reserves of treatment chemicals. So this is the end of the discussion. Please click subscribe. Please click like and share, and give a comment below. And don't forget to click notification bell, and click also. Don't forget to click subscribe, and thank you for watching, and see you on my next video.